All right. Hello, everyone. Just double check that everyone can hear me or not. Can someone just typing in? Hello, hello. Can someone hear me? One, two, one, two. Ah, okay, good. Yeah, I have to double check on this one. Yeah. Let me share my screen. Wait a minute. All right. You should see me my. Hey, Scorpio. Hey, Anton. Hey, Ulrich. Hey, everyone. So you should see my I click draw now. So let me quickly just sharing my screen on the other side and on YouTube as well. Okay, let me copy this URL I was sharing on you. Everyone, is Sean Office Hour number 13T. Okay, YouTube here and Discord also here. All right, so good. So let me start with here. So we are in office hour number 23. And in this today meeting, I'm going to share with you a few topics. One is about the MCP server upgrade. PyDream was taking off for a while because of the change in the operation. So we are working hard in the last 2 weeks in order to revamp the authentication. So before it was using like the token based approach, but we make it in OAuth. So I will walk you through on that and how you can connect MCP on PyDream. And the second one, I think what we are having working hard, and this actually taking up the priority because we were not planning to do it in this iteration. But I think since last week, we were having a few discussion on this topic, which is 2 weeks ago, I think. No. Yeah, on this one, we was discussing in the last office hour, no, office hour number 21, and there's a question from everyone that why we cannot do project level isolation. At that point, it was pretty hard because it's actually touching to the core of the system because you imagine that everything you do is going to link to your workspace directly, and having as a project is actually adding additional layer on top of it. I was afraid that to viewing that because it's going to create some problem. But at the end of the day, we decide that okay, I put a trigger and it's here. So today I'm going to walk you through what is the project level isolation that is currently having in AgenticFlow and also how you can benefit from that. And also, is all you need. So this is the key agenda that we're working on in the last 2 weeks in the iteration of this one. I will walk you through like how you can benefit about the new memory system that we empower. Actually, this memory system was enabled in multi-agent system, but we extend that in a way that it can be benefit to the wider the community as well in agent and workflow, so that you can be benefit on that. So I think that's three topics today. One is the MCP on PyDream. Second one is a project level isolation, and the third one is a memory is all you need. Okay, so before going into details, I'm going to see if any other question. Look like no. Okay, let's jump directly into it. So let's having on the MCP on PyDream update. So if you go into AgenticFlow and then you go into the add any MCP server, you will see that we have adding PyDream and Composio. So before this week, it was grayed out, but right now it has been enabled back again. So when you're going back into here, you can click on any of the MCP server, and then it will lead you here. So you can, we give it a name here so that you can naming in a way that you want it. But right now, because it's a new version of PyDream already, so you no longer need to filling in the MCP server as well. So right now, you just filling a name and then you click add MCP server. And one you are after you are doing the MCP server, and it will asking you to do the authentication. I'm sorry. I heard something. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I have an alarm that just went out at middle of the night. I have no idea. All right, sorry about that. So after you click on the MCP server, it will open up and it will ask you to authentication required. And at this point, it will ask you to go into the MCP server where you give your the access to your account. We use PyDream to help you to connect to 1,000 apps. And after this one, then it will lead you into a page where you can select the app. So the improvement from this one and previous one is that in one single connection, you can actually create or add multiple apps that you like. So like Google Suite, you can connect Google Calendar, Google Sheet, and everything all at once. You don't need to have to connect a multiple times. And it is a pros and also cons because the pros is you can connect multiple apps, but the problem is because each of the app will have many tools, so it will easy to pollute it, your Asian memory very fast. So I think that is something that perhaps that you can think about and you can test and see how this goes. Okay, and after you click on this one and you connect it, it will be connected in AgenticFlow, and then you will see that this is a Google Sheet that I should connect today, and it have some available tool. All right, so that is, I think, is enough for the introduction. So let me switch it over to the AgenticFlow so that I can show you how to connect it in. Click to this tab instead. Now, wait, let's go back in here. Okay, you still see in the this web page, so it's good. So you go into here in Agent. So I just create a like test MCP server PyStream before. So you go in, but let me create one more time. So okay, test MCP server PyStream 2. Okay, I just create this agent. And for this one, I will just put in a random prompts on this. And for this one, let's go into MCP. Let's click add. And then we can scroll down and we see there's a lot in here. Maybe let me do, how to say, let's just Google Docs. Okay. And I will click on Google Docs in here. And as you can see in here, so there will be different tabs like PyDream, Composer, or other MCP server. But right now we're just using PyDream. And in order to do it, this one, I just Google Docs. And today is October 14 connection. So I just click add. It will ask me to authenticate. I click authenticate. Yep, so it's going to lead to here. It will ask to connect to my PyDream account. In here, I already connect Google Sheet already, but I can click on manage app. I can search for Google Docs. Yeah, I can add it additionally here, and I authorize. So as you can see in here, even the naming was saying that Google Docs, but because we are selecting two like Google Sheet and Google Docs, so actually it is showing here. So if I search for this one, I see that it's having like 22 tools in Google Sheet and another copy and paste, another 12 tool in Google Docs. So basically, this connection is actually giving my agent to access to two applications at once. So I can go back here, I edit my agent, I click on MCP server, I can add, and I scroll down, I see, let me search for, okay, Google Docs 14 of October, this is the one that I add. So you can see that's here. It is quite over polluted, right? And but luckily, AgenticFlow will allow you to remove the one that you don't need. So for example, like you just untick the one that you don't need in here, and you just like put you just allow like Google Sheet, create worksheet, create spreadsheet, and just remove all of this one. And perhaps that leaving the Google create documents and get documents. Yeah, file document is okay. So I only allow this connection to give me 5 tools. I click add and I click save. I go chat and I say, hey, what tool MCP do you have? this is exactly the one that we equip it on the right hand side. And I think this is the better way of doing things. So you need to connect once, and also you just allowing whatever tool, exact tool that you want your agent to do. And one connection can actually replacing like 3 to 4 other connection that you have done before. And I think this is a better way. And I hope that with this one, it will simplify your agent building, and perhaps you can have multiple tool in one single connection, and then you can just asking your agent to create a Google Sheet for you, and then after that appending to a docs and file document and so on and so on. Because PyTrim is actually have been quite powerful on this one and it's own free to use. So I think this is something that we proud to say that we are one of the first to integrate with their all out, and making it available to everyone. Okay. All right. So that is the first update I would like to share today. If you have any question, please just feel free to drop a message into this one. The second topic that I would like to talk about is about the project level isolation. So I come back to this one a bit. Okay. All right. So in order to talk about project level isolation, this is important to understand like what are the concepts that we have in AgenticFlow. So before we only have a concept that workspace where your plan will tie to workspace. So every agent or workflow, workforce, library connection is really connected directly to workspace. And we're actually having another way to like do a more granular breakdown to manage, and also maybe adding your team member into set isolated project that maybe marketing team will not mix it up together with HR team. So I think that is a valid feedback from not only one or two, but many of you in Discord. So thanks for the feedback, and we listen to that, and we make it happen. So right now you can go and you can create a project A and project B in your workspace. So if you go log in into AgenticFlow, you will see that in the top right hand side, it has been replacing with like this arrow. When you click on the arrow, you will see that in Sean workspace, you can create a like a general project, which is the like the default project of everything that you have done before will be in general. But underneath that, if you are the owner of the workspace, you can create more project, and then you can switch between project. And if you go into, you click on this button, new project, then it will lead into the setting and project page where you can create a new project into a certain project, and you can give them role and responsibility as well. So feature is available for all of the team or business plan or equivalent to Tier 3 and Tier 4 customer at no cost. So I think that is something that we have built, and we hope that this is something useful for you. So let me open on this one. I can show you with what exactly is it about. So you go into here, you will see these are two projects. Let me go into agent first. So in agent, and see that this is a project general, and I have all of the agent in his project general. But if I would like to switch into test, and then go here again, then agent is going to be empty, just because this project having no other agent, and we're going to create totally isolated environment where you can create the client project A, project B, and project C, and this project is actually affecting everything that you have on the left hand side here, including like agent, workflow, multi-agent, library, connection, and MCP server. So that is going to help you to isolate the data, and also you can even like inviting your customer into a certain project so that they can collaborate and they can work together with you. And perhaps that, because the beautiful about this one is that it will sharing the same the bucket of the plan that you currently have. So it means all of the project under your workspace will sharing on this same pool, and you will make the much more efficient use of the credit that you have purchased. Yeah, I hope that this is something that's helpful. Okay, okay. Let me go switch into Discord if any have question. Oh, the screen having frozen. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me stop share screen. Hey, can you hear me? I think the Discord is having problem once again. So give me 1 second. I'm going to disconnect and then return back again. Hey YouTube. Hey internet marketing. Hey Pavel. Sorry, Discord having problem, so I'm loading back a bit. I want to know how I can automate command on TikTok using proxy. So I think, yeah, I'll come back to that later. Okay. Sorry, Discord is having problem and it's asking me to install some stuff. Okay, it's right now it's downloading another 8 patch in the update. That's crazy. Okay, I'm back now. So give me one moment to jumping back into Discord. Hey guys, I'm back. Can you hear me? All right, sorry about that. I don't know why, but Discord is actually failing me a lot. All right, so let me continue on this project. I saw there's a question in the YouTube, but let me come back to that just a little later. Okay. So I'm continue on this one. So you can go into this one and then you can search for project and then you can like switch between different project as well. And each of the project is actually totally isolated between like agent, and workflow so that you can share and also invite team member. So you can go into here by member in here, and then you can go into this path, which is project, and then you can actually technically remove member, or you can click here, choose a member, and adding them as, for example, like admin in your project and so on. So that is just a basic operation that you can use. Oops, there's something wrong in here. Okay, yeah, there's something some issue in here. Maybe we need to fix. This is a quite fast feature development that we do in a couple of days. So that expecting some error here. We will check, but basically the main functionality should be okay. Because it is already allow you to split between the different workspace and project level, and perhaps that in the meantime, from now until next week, we will fix some bug in here so that it will be easier for you to manage your project. And also, this is also one step ahead. about what we calling is the isolation of the project. So it will lead me into the next topic of today. Okay, topic of today is about memory. So memory is something that your agent is working in storage. But if you are notice that you're working with ChatGPT or some similar agent, they lose the context between different chat thread that you are working with them. So in ChatGPT or in Claude, they are introducing a concept they call it project, and this is also between different chat log. They can referring to the some like common data, metadata, and so on. But we are taking this process more extreme. Okay, so the use case that you can think of is we can maintain the project context across multiple agent execution. So we are thinking about if you are knowing about this metaphor that like 1% multiplied by 360 equal to how much is it? Let's just say 1% multiply 360 days. I think there should be someone that this one. Okay, this is very famous metaphor. Let me copy this picture and then come back here. Okay. So this is a quite simple picture, but this is the idea behind this one. So if your agent is not learning from the past execution, so even that you run it every day for a year, the performance of the agent is still the same. But if your agent is just learning a 1% better every day, and then you are just small consistent effort increment by the end of the year, you have an agent that 37 times better comparing to the original agent. So this is a metaphor, but that is the true idea about the memory. So that's why I was thinking that memory is the missing piece that we are not yet have in agentic flow. So with this memory system, we are allowing agent to maintain the project context across multiple agent execution. It will learn from past interaction, decision, and feedback. It will build the knowledge base over time. It will enable cross conversation learning where agentic flow agent improve at the recurring workflow. So when I say about recurring workflow is that, for example, like you are producing something like new piece of content or the blog post or research on every day, but beginning of the prompt, you will give the agent something like this. Important, always view your memory directory before do anything else. Memory protocol, use view command to do some blah blah blah. And as you make progress, record the status, progress, and talk into your memory. And sub integration, your context window might be reset any moment. So you risk losing any progress that's not recorded in your memory directory. So actually, this is a important like instruction that possible before because we don't have memory system. But even now, when we have the ability of like agent to storage the file into their memory and retrieve it back, actually is it allowing them to proactively to storage the his the things that they want. For example, like .md file about a research about topics, and maybe a later iteration, the next time it will retrieve the better one. So at the moment, we distill it into some of the tool that we put into the workflow first. So it will allow the agent to, for example, like to get the item, list the item that is in the memory directory. How to say? This allow agent to browse their um, items in their memory directory. Okay, this tool will allow them This allow agent to upload some files into the memory directory when needed. So I think this is about like a little bit theoretical, but let me show you how it's work in runtime. Okay, let me switch to this tab. So if you go into AgenticFlow, and then you will see that there will be a new tab in here where we call this is a drive. Drive is a folder that in a project that will allow you to create a folder. Just say test. Oops, I think my camera is off for some reason. Is it a problem? Is it back now? Okay, I have no idea why. But anyway, so just imagine the agent memory is a Google Drive that normally you will have. What happened? Today is not so a good good day. I don't know why, but there's a lot of like connection problem. Hmm. How about now? Okay, okay, it's back. Okay, let me continue. So Drive is just like Google Drive, where you can create folder and you can upload a file into this folder. And same with agent, it's also exactly the same. So if you go into agent and then you go into this one, and then you will see that there will be a section that's called file system. So this is allowing the agent to read, write, and manage file. Agent can create new file, edit existing one, read file content, perform basic file operation. It will allow agent to work with code documentation, and more importantly, this is going to be allowing your agent in order to kind of like saving the intermediate file and memory when it's necessary. And in this sprint, we are going to allow you to switch on this one. And as you can see in here, it will allow the agent to know which is the folder that it is going to work on. So your task is very simple. You just switch on this one and you select the folder that your agent is going to work on, and you click save. And make sure that you will need to modify the prompt a bit, like this one. So I will enter this prompt to the bottom of this front, and I will say important on-way view blah blah and blah blah. And basically, what I'm instructing my agent that you have a memory tool that you can view your memory, you can save, and also and so on and so on. So and because the agent is right now, before it doesn't have the memory system, so it technically doesn't save anything during the execution step of the process. But given this now, the agent is going to have the ability in order to save the file and so on. So that is how normally I will suggest you that you can using this one in order to work with your agent. Okay. So in here, this is a bit like still early, but I just want to introduce you about this new file system so that you can have a look. Okay. Just click save. And this is how you can switch on this file system and memory system in Agent. And this is the prompt that you are going to have. So I just copy this prompts, and I come back to Discord and paste into Discord. So if you would like to have this prompt, you can go into Discord and take a look. Okay. All right, so let's move on. So not only into the workflow, the agent, we also make it available in the workflow as well. So if you go into the workflow and then you click new step and then you search for item and you will switch into built-in, you will see that we have the list item, get item, delete item, update item. So these are like the fundamental tool that will allow you to uh, list the item into the parent folder. So this is the ID of the folder. If empty, it's going to be the root. And get item is when your agent having an ID, it will can able to get that item out. You can delete the item, you can update the item. And more importantly, if you have some item that you would like to upload into the Google Drive, you can also create like an upload section, and then you can upload item like this. So with the item IDs and so on. So this is a tool that meant for the agent to use. So it is a bit like quite complicated for just normal operation. But eventually, I would say the agent is going to be able to using this tool as a native tool. So your task is going to be very simple. You just go into your agent, the agent that you would like to have a file system. You just need to switch that on and choosing the memory system and give it some prompt so that it will know where to start and how to run on this part, and then you can start to work on that. All right, so that is still quite early day on this kinds of like multi-agent system and also the memory tool that we are introduced you today. So I suggest that you can have a look and play around. And perhaps that if you have any question, you can just feel free into drop into the message into the our Discord channel. And in the following days, my team going to release a more dedicated a video to introduce you about the memory and file system. What is the best practice that we find that is very useful, and perhaps that this is something that you can use as well. Okay. Right. So I think that also reaching into the end of the meeting today. I think I'm having a few more minutes for the like question and answering. So I will go through one by one. Okay. So let's go into on YouTube. So there's a question that I want to know how I can automate command on TikTok using proxy. So the first one I would suggest that you can find is you can let me share my screen again. Sorry. First thing first, you need to identify it like what are the tools that we have with TikTok and so on. So you can go in here and then you can search for TikTok. So at the moment, unfortunately, we don't have any tool that currently MCP available on TikTok. So this is not something that AgenticFlow is building in order to able to build on the TikTok and command and so on. But perhaps that you can using some other like tool that can do the command on TikTok, and then we can integrate with them. And we are happy to discuss further on this part. And if you are looking in for some social, for example, like LinkedIn, oh, yeah, LinkedIn and LinkedIn ads. Actually, these are something that we are already having built in, and you can click on view details, and then you will see that these are the tool that LinkedIn have. We have around 19 tool that including like retweet, comment, and share. So at the moment, we cannot do comment on TikTok yet, but we can do the same for LinkedIn, and perhaps that you can leverage on this one in order to handle some part of the business. For TikTok, perhaps that you can go into our roadmap, which is in AgenticFlow featurebase.com, this tab, and then please raising a feature request, and perhaps if there's enough like community interest, we can prioritize to have in here. Okay. All right. So I hope that is answer the question. And so can you see the screen now? Uh, Yeah, so this is so I just repeat. So in this the screen that I have. So currently on TikTok, we don't have the MCP server on TikTok, so we cannot manipulate TikTok at the moment. You can raise a feature request into our roadmap, and perhaps we will look into the possible solution. For example, like LinkedIn, we can do the command and share, retrieve, get profile pics, and so on. Anything that available in the current platform, you can browse in here. Yeah. Yeah, you can search for other social platform as well. We have Pinterest, Facebook page, LinkedIn, but unfortunately, there's no TikTok. Okay. For Chrome extension, yes. So Chrome extension was one of the demo that we done before. So if you go in back, let me share this screen back. So I think let me scroll back into the previous very old one. Uh, where is that? I think was a few there's a few office hours ago. We are actually okay. AgenticFlow browser agent. I was looking for a demo that I can play to you guys. But so basically, during the during the office hour numbers like 18, we talk about this one. So we built together with Google in the AI bootcamp agentic flow browser extension, and we have a prototype that make it work already. I think even like show to everyone during the office hour number 16 or 17 in here. I don't know where is the demo at the moment. uh, but the problem at that point was the browser automation is actually quite expensive to operate, and the result is not wow. So that's why we put in it on hold for a while for the browser agent to work. But I think this is something that we continue to explore. So I think in November we can go back into the browser agent and and we're introducing our agentic flow version of the browser agent. It might not fully autonomous, but it will leverage some of the like tool in Chrome so that it will allow agent in agentic flow to control part of the workflow. So part of the workflow that still need to be done in one of the like other like agent, for example, memory or creating nano banana tool and so on. We're only using part of like the agent capability to control the browser to maybe click some button, filling some form, and so on. But we can reattempt that in November. Okay, I hope this answer to your question. Yep. So let me come to you here. Okay. Any other question? Yes. So when we are introducing the commit tension, I will say in November, it will using whatever the credential that you already log in into the system, and because you already log in, so it will like just having you to click some button, filling some form, and replying some of the message. So it will read whatever that you have on the screen using your own like login credential. So yeah, it will just operate like you do. Okay. Okay. Swan is thanks Swan. It having a demo here. So currently the Chrome extension we will put it on hold for a while, but we can plan to bring it back in November. Okay. For zero webhook video, unfortunate for that part, we not yet able to invest further on that. Actually, I have never using zero work before. I was planning to have one of my engineer to work on zero work to exploring for that. But at the moment, perhaps that we can revisit that part. Yeah. I think at the moment, if you would like to just to have the simple webhook, actually AgenticFlow already have the capability to trigger some other the API via API call. So if Zero is supporting the API call from external system, then you can using the API call node in order to call directly and just composing the method that Zero is having, for example, like a post message with some of the header or some of the body that message that ZeroWork is having. But direct integration with ZeroWork is not supported yet. Okay. So I have a link from Swan in here. Let me play this video. Let me switch into the tab. So this is a demo from our AgenticFlow Chrome extension. Okay, I will play this video.
Life is too short for manual copy pasting. Introducing the Agentic Agent on browser. Built by AgenticFlow and powered by Google Cloud Platform, available soon as a Chrome extension. See how our customer agent automates a community manager's work. We'll give it a single prompt to find the 2 latest posts. Reply to them and log the interactions in a Google Sheet. The agent opens the forum and spots the latest to posts. It extracts the questions and searches its knowledge base. Then it writes a clear, helpful reply directly in the forum. Response posted fast, accurate, and context-aware. Next, it logs the interaction in Google Sheets, topic, user, question, answer. It finds the right sheet and completes the task. First interaction logged. No manual work needed. It moves to the second post and opens the next thread. Same process, read questions, check knowledge base, craft a reply, and post. Then log the second interaction in Sheets. Workflow complete. Done. 2 inquiries researched, answered, and logged from 1 instruction. Are you ready to try your AI colleague right in your browser?
Yeah, so that is the demo that we have back then on this. As you notice, it's actually working actually. So it is a kind of like multi-agent capability where when one agent have ability to browsing the question in the forum and also passing to the other agent that going to analyzing and respond to the question, and then the agent on the Chrome actually take the message answer and also pasting back. And it's also having an agent that doing Google Sheet as well, where it is storing the information that it have been answered to a Google Sheet. So it's a combination of like the knowledge base system, the Chrome extension agent, and also an agent that having access to Google Sheet. So that is already working prototype, I would say. But to take it into the production, we need to solve a few challenges. One is about the cost. This agent is quite expensive to operate. Second one is about the latency. So if you can see in the video, we have to do the speed up quite a bit because every interaction that the agent is doing actually is need to fetching the entire website in order to fetching where is the view, what is the button, and so on. And it take the operation is quite long. And unless there is very like obvious use case that this kinds of like Chrome extension agent really try, I haven't found a really like compelling use case for this yet. So yeah, so if you have any other use case that you can leverage this power of this agent, I'm happy to know, and perhaps that we can bring that back into November and we just deploy to let you to have a look and try it out and so on. Okay. Yeah. There's a gap in the automation. So the current AI automation that we are currently leveraged on is mostly on the API level, and some of the website do not have API. And the zero work and also other agent like the Chrome extension actually to fill in that gap where you can acting as a user and then using their own cookie to play the browser and so on. So I think that is the good direction to go. It's just as is require more investment in terms of effort in order to do it right, rather than just throwing you guys a prototype that we make before, like some months ago. Yeah. All right. So answer to MJ. Yes. So Python MCP is actually a separate company. So we are using them in order to access. So currently they are having a very quite free tier that you can use, and you don't have to pay anything for them. And until now, I would say. And for the if you even you don't like to have like Python, you can always using other. The provider. For example, you can go here, you can go into MCP, and then you can just click on, for example, a Snowflake, and then you can choose a Composio or maybe other MCP provider. So it doesn't have to be Python. You can choose any provider that having this one. All right. Any other question? All right, cool. I think that's it for today. So thanks everyone for your times. And this is also reaching into the end of the office hour number 23. And I hope that you can have a good look in terms of like we have updated with you today. I'll recap it once again. So today we are talking to you about the new MCP upgrade with Python OL support. We are talking about the project level isolation where you can split the project. We are talking about the memory system where you can actually asking your AI agent in order to storage five and also getting improvement every like 1% every day in their operation. So in upcoming weeks, we will release some other videos so that you can demonstrating the ability of this memory system furthermore. And up until then, and just have any question, just ping me. Okay. So thanks everyone and have a good day. Bye bye.